Okay, are y'all ready? Y'all give a great big Kenny Store welcome for David Reynolds and Cody Reynolds.
In a place where the roads stretch long and the stories run even deeper, there's a sound that can't be tamed. From backroad bars to big stage lights, these are the voices, the stories, the heart of a sound born right here. This is more than music. This is the country of Texas.
Grew up in northwest Houston, out in the Cypress area, and as a young kid had a piano in the house, just kind of gravitated toward it, and she asked me to come over and sit in, and I did, and I started playing with this band. So I was about.
Remember the name of it?
That band was Texas Sidewinders. Texas Sidewinders was the first band I played with.
Okay.
That was the urban cowboy days, and there was dance halls everywhere around Houston. So here I go and just start playing as a fiddle player.
Red dirt dusted on a black felt hat, curly perm mullet hanging out of the back, lightning bolt shirt tucked in cowboy cuts, belt buckle conchos creased down the front, foam koozie keeping pearl beer cool down nicely. It's a Saturday night in 1990. Chevrolet glass packs popping out the tin hall, Canico bull punching bag and some 8-ball, white brain women and a 7-piece band. Two-stepping back home if you play the right hand. Take me back in time, this is where you'll find me on a Saturday night in 1990. If there ever was a time the country was king, cowboy was a real thing. It's when the best damn music came from Kick FM. The Texaco gallon was $1.10. When the world gets crazy, I bet that you could find peace. He had a beer joint keeping it in 1990. Aha! Got a VHS of my baby days, singing Achy Breaky Heart on a coffee table stage. I still been singing, ain't a damn thing changed, but I sold a few records and we're getting paid. And if you come to a show, you can bet most likely you'll hear some good tunes from 1990. 'Cause if there ever was a time country was king and an urban cowboy was a real thing, it's when the best damn music came from Kick FM. The Texaco gallon was $1.10. When the world gets crazy, I bet that you could find peace. He had a beer joint keeping it in 1990. Hey y'all, ain't the Kenny Store keeping it in 1990? Well, don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. Thank y'all very much.
I was too fat to dance and too young to drink, so I'd sit there and listen to the bands. We'd go out. I'd go with my older brother to the dance hall, and I was too fat to dance and too young to drink, so I'd sit there and listen to the bands, and they just fascinated me. After playing in the Austin area, after about 2 years, I got an offer to try out for a band in Houston, and I went and did that. And they were a road band. They played. There was a management company out of Nashville that put together 4 bands in the United States, and what they were trying to do is put together package deals for artists. So if they booked an artist, what they do is they would provide the sound company, the opening act. They would provide the riders, because at that time, some of the riders, the contracts that the artists in were getting out of hand. I want green M&Ms. I want, and so there was a lot of contract disputes. And so the management company put together these bands that would provide all that. And it really took off. The club owners and the fairs and whoever would take that package deal, because they didn't have to do anything.
Right.
I went and did that for a couple of years. I rode on a tour bus, and lived the life on the road. And I got to the signing table a couple of times. We had a lot of original music, but we realized real quick that it's a money game, music business.
After I researched it, I wrote this song, and it's kind of became the theme song at Cowboy Church. We play it. We got any Cowboy Church people here? Yeah. We play it every Sunday morning. It's called Cowboy Church. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I was cruising around one Saturday night, just looking for a place to go, when I saw a bunch of cars pull in to a place I didn't know. Well, I turned around and I went down just to see what was going on. Well, brother, on that night, I saw the light at a place called Cowboy Church. And they like their music just a little on the countryside, mixed with a little rock and roll. And when that band kicks off on Amazing Grace, you could feel it down in your soul. Come on, everyone, and join the fun with some good old country folk. Yeah, jump in your truck and head on down to a place they call it Cowboy Church. Well, at first, see, I was just a little confused. I didn't realize I was in a church, 'cause that building, it was nothing but a big old barn, and the floors, they was nothing but dirt. Well, then up on stage, they had a 7-piece band. Let me tell you, son, they could play. Well, they didn't have no pews like most churches do. They was sitting on barrels of hay. They liked their music just a little on the countryside, mixed with a little rock and roll. And when that band kicks off on Amazing Grace, you could feel it down in your soul. Oh, well, come on, everyone, and join the fun with some good old country folk. Yeah, jump in your truck and head on down to a place they call it Cowboy Church. Oh, now. Well, it didn't take long for me to catch on. They finally realized where I was at. I guess it all came together when they baptized this fella in a water trough out in the back. Well, I know some folks are gonna knock them, all because they wear cowboy hats. But our Lord, they're turning people on to Jesus, son. Ain't a damn thing wrong with that, no. They like their music just a little on the countryside, mixed with a little rock and roll. When that band kicks off on Amazing Grace, you could feel it down in your soul. Oh, well, come on, everyone, and join the fun with some good old country folk. Yeah, jump in your truck and head on down to a place. And the people say, they call it, oh yeah, yeah, oh, cowboy church. Whoa, cowboy church. Oh yeah, that's a ride. Lord, that's a ride. Oh.
And her mother started crying. I said, what's wrong with him? He's gonna be a damn musician. Cody started playing about the same age I did, maybe a little bit younger, playing drums. He,
Okay, right.
Of course, got a kid drum set like
Right,
most parents,
right.
you know, and he actually could play them, you know.
Right.
It wasn't long. We were sitting upstairs. We had a two-story house, and downstairs drum. We were upstairs, and he had the stereo playing, and I was kind of listening. I said, whoa. I said, listen. He was playing with the beat, you know, and her mother started crying. And I said, what's wrong with him? He's gonna be a damn musician.
Hey, God, if we're going to put this song out, I just pray that if one person hears it or if 100,000 people hear it, that, you know, that it'll speak to somebody. So I hope it speaks to somebody tonight. It goes like this. Hey boy, this is Jesus. I just thought that I'd remind you we're all up here if you need us. I know you've been busy, but with work and banks and worldly things, it's easy to forget me. And I know you didn't ask for my opinion, but it seems there's some advice that needs giving. Spend time with your grandpa, learn as much as you can. Be sure to pay that $50 debt to your old man. Drive out and see your brother, I know he's so far away, but his door is always open, and you can take a couple days. Be sure and take next Sunday and come see us. Hey boy, this is Jesus. Hey girl, this is Jesus. Just thought that I'd remind you we're all up here if you need us. What they want from you is hard, and you've been trying. But I made you in my image, so I'm not sure why you're crying. I gave you several people to lean on. Maybe everybody else is wrong. So spend time with your grandma, learn as much as you can. Be sure and ask your mama what to look for in a man. Drive out and see your sister, I'm sure it was a mistake. You know I made you so light to pull you close and not push away. And be sure and take next Sunday and come see us. Hey girl, this is Jesus. Hey y'all, this is Jesus. Well, I'm sure your life is hard, and to that I don't disagree. But there's more than I can help with if you just reach out to me. Hey world, this is Jesus. Give yourself back to me, and I promise you I'll fix this. This is Jesus. Thank y'all so much.
It said, honky tonk Christian. Right here. So, you know what I do? I had to write a song about it. It goes like this. 1, 2.
That was the first time when other people, well, they didn't start calling me, they were calling him and saying, hey, can Cody come play with us this week? And I started playing with, like, you know, Daryl Krebs, you know, man, a bunch of other, Jerry started calling and booking me with stuff. Charlie Kelm, you know, I started playing with them, and they had a nice little band, and he knew Big John from a long time ago, from back in the day when they, you know, ran a dance hall, and so he said, hey, look, if you ever see Big John Mills playing, you need to go and you need to introduce yourself, tell him who you are, tell him who I am, you know, and see if he can get you connected. So, man, I remember we were going, it was in college, we were going to, I think it was a frat party, and we were riding all together this frat party, and we drove by Cheatham Street Warehouse in San Marcos, and Big John's name was on the deal. And I was like, hey guys, can we go? And they were ready to go to this frat party, you know, so they're like, absolutely not, we're going. So for some reason, I don't remember why, but we ended up leaving early. We got back to my dorm room, and, you know, I'm laying in bed, and I just remembered Big John Mills. And so I got up, and it was like maybe 11:30 at this point. And I told my roommate, I was like, hey, man, you want to go down there with me? And he was like, no, dude, I'm going to bed. So I got dressed, and I think I want to say I walked there or something. And I went all the way down to Cheatham Street. They were taking a break. Ending their last song, or whatever, before their break, you know, came off stage, and I went up to him, introduced him, said, I'm David Reynolds' son. He goes, you're David's kid? I said, yeah, I played drums. And he goes, you want to get up and play a couple with us? So I got up, I think I played 3 songs, and they were all different. It was like a country shuffle, a train beat, and like a blues. He goes, hey man, can you hang out? And I was like, sure. You know, so I hung out, couldn't drink. I was like 18, you know, so I just sat in the back and listened. And when he got off stage, he came up and he goes, hey, man, so before our show tonight, the drummer quit. He put in his notice. He goes, you want the gig? And I was like, sure. He goes, okay. And I think this was maybe like February, March. And he said, in July, we're playing this show in France called Country Rendezvous. And he goes, if you want the gig, I need you to commit right now.
I played at a church. After I did my album, we did a church gig, you know, played at a church. And so then the next night we was playing at a beer joint, you know, and so they had a little local paper where we were from, and the headlines came out. My picture was on it, and it said, honky tonk Christian right here. So, so you know what I do? I had to write a song about it. It goes like this. 1, 2. I grew up in honky-tonks in Texas, and I learned how to play the fiddle and steel guitar. Oh, and I learned every song that Hank Williams ever wrote, and I guess I played in every bar around. When I changed from country to Christian music, well, I played at this small church in our town. Well, the next day there I was on the front page. Well, and when I read the headlines, it made me laugh, 'cause they called me a honky-tonk Christian. Well, I'm not even sure just what that means. Oh, but they called me a honky-tonk Christian. Well, I guess they don't know the Lord loved Western swing. Oh, swing it, Cody. Well, I'm not trying to be somebody different. Well, I'm still the same old boy I used to be. I only changed the message in my music. Where once I was blind, but now I see. They called me a honky-tonk Christian. Well, I'm not even sure just what that means. Well, they called me a honky-tonk Christian. Well, I guess they don't know the Lord loves Western swing. Well, I guess they don't know the Lord loves Western swing. Oh, yes.